Hello everyone, my name is Monica Chagan Shinde. Today's date is 27th of July 2021, and our today's video topic is multi-threading in Java. So basically, as we all know about the threads and multitasking and multi-programming, that is in a multitasking we can execute some different tasks in a simultaneously. So the multitasking is nothing but execution of a task. In that multitasking, the two ways are implemented. The first one is a process based multitasking, and second one is a thread based multitasking. So the process based multitasking is nothing but the multiprocessing, and the thread based multitasking is nothing but the multi-threading. So we today's our topic is multi-threading, so we will go through the multi-threading. So the thread is nothing but the smallest unit of a program. In that thread we can say the set of instructions, or some particular we can say the task can be executed. Basically the program is divided into a task, and the task is divided into a processes, and the processes are divided into a threads. So the the the, the threads are executed for execution of a program, we can say that. The next one is a, as we said, thread is a smallest unit of a program. Basically for multi-threading, we can say that multiple threads are executing simultaneously or concurrently to perform the multi-threading in a program. So the as we discussed, the threads, the program is converted into a threads, we can say. And the in that we will learn about the threads and the multi-threading simultaneously. In Java programming, the multi-threading is inbuilt class provided. So in that multi-threading class, the thread class is present, in which the all the information, we can say, or the objects or the methods are the built-in one. So multi-threading basically supported by the Java to perform the various programs, we can say. So in that multi-threading, the threads are the independent one, means as we say there are multiple threads executing simultaneously. Even if they are executing simultaneously, they are independent, means one thread cannot affect the other thread. Like that, in the multi-threading, threads get executed. So basically, as I say, the threads has some particular task to perform, and by simultaneously it executes. In a Java programming, multiple threads within a program can share the same memory area, and it can shares also the same objects to execute the program. Also the threads are the lightweight process in a Java program. Why it is called as a lightweight? Because in a multi-processing, when we are creating processes, it requires the more or larger resources to create a new processes. But in a multi-threading, as we creates a threads, for creating a thread we need a fewer resources, so the thread is a lightweight process. And also in a thread, execution of a thread is a time slice based. So the time slice is a time which will gives to the each and every thread by the thread scheduler to execute the task. So even if we see that the threads are simultaneously gets executed, but by the thread scheduler, it gives some time to perform the action to the thread. uh, it's about the thread, and basically we can create a threads by using two ways. The first one is by extending the thread class, which is built in a Java program, and second one is by implementing the runnable interface. So the first one is by extending the thread class. We can create a thread, and in a thread class there are various methods or the constructors are provided by the Java, uh, which we can use to operate the threads. And in a runnable interface we can uh, implements the thread classes to the runnable interface. By using this we can create a threads. And then next one is a thread states. Basically, uh, when the threads get executed, it goes from the different various states. So the between those because of those states, the the threads gets executed, and on the basis of that states, in the thread class Java has provided some methods to perform on the threads. So we will discuss about the thread states. Means we have a some life cycle of the threads, we can say that. So the life cycle of a threads can be can be denoted by the some states. So the first state is a new state, the second state is a runnable state, then third state is a running state, and the fourth one is a waiting or blocking or sleeping states, and the fifth one is a last state, that is dead state. So we will see this one by one. So the first one is a new state. By using the new state, the threads can be instantiated, but even if the threads are instantiated, up to which the start method is not invoked by the threads, the thread execution cannot start. So it is only new state only creates the thread, we can say. Then next one is a runnable state. The runnable state gets executed, means the thread when the thread invokes the start method, it will the thread will be considered as a runnable state. Means it is alive, but it doesn't start its execution. It is about the runnable state. In a runnable state, the runnable thread can be thread can be denoted as can be assigned to a runnable pool. In that, the thread scheduler decides that it should get executed or not. When the thread scheduler calls that runnable thread, it will goes to the next state, that is a running state. When the start method invokes the runnable state, then the thread goes to the running state. The running state can performs the actual action on the thread. So in that running state, when some in that running state, we can say the thread scheduler executes the thread. The next state is a waiting, blocking, or the sleeping state. These three states are the same because it shows the same behavior. In that state, the thread is alive, but it doesn't start its execution, or it goes to that state, because goes to that state, and it stops the execution. But if the thread scheduler calls that threads, it can goes to the runnable state, and again it starts the execution of the task. and goes to the running state, and the last state is the dead state. When the thread gets exist from the run method, then the thread can be called as a dead thread, or when we invoke the stop method, the thread can be in a dead state. So it is about the life cycle of the thread. Now be on the basis of that life cycle and the thread class, the multi-threading has, or the thread has some different methods. So that methods can be used to perform actions on the threads, or to execute the thread, we can say. Those methods are the start method, then the run method, then yield method, like that, etc. are the method of the threads, which we have already seen in the last video. So thank you. This is about the multi-threading.